Hi, everyone. My name is Erin Fonseca. I am a nurse coordinator for the TSC group in the Herscott Center. And this is my presentation. Thank you so much for joining us today for the TSC conference. Like I said, my name is Erin Fonseca. I'm one of the two nurse coordinators at the Herscott Center for TSC. I work primarily with the younger TSC population, but we take care of patients of all ages. I really enjoy working with the TSC population as my patients and their families have taught me about love, sacrifice, and I'm constantly learning about TSC. So you may be asking, why another virtual group? Well, beginning last summer in 2021, I was talking to many moms who were struggling with connection, isolation, stress overload, feeling overwhelmed, and I thought that creating a support group for moms with younger children would be a great way to address some of the concerns that I was noticing that were consistent across the board. This group is meant to address what the group feels may be the most important topics for this age group, such as potty training, mealtime struggles, epilepsy, TAND, the mother load, family stress, etc. Mom support is absolutely necessary, and it is true that it takes a village. We have created a safe space for moms to ask questions of us and their peers, as well as share their experiences. We have had experts in the field come in to present, and we hope to continue to offer groups that are fun, informative, and encouraging. So I want to start off with a term that I have heard recently called the mother load. This in no way means that men or other caregivers do not carry any of the load of some of these tasks, but in conversation, it has seemed quite common with the moms of my patients. The invisible load or the mother load can include tasks such as managing the family schedule and routines, being the parent that is the emergency contact, getting called at work if your child is sick or having a seizure, being the person who the kids come to for soothing, anticipating everyone's needs, feeling touched out, always having to feel on just in case a seizure happens, or just in case we get bad news about a scan. The load can be heavy, and it can feel at times like there isn't a moment in the day where you're able to think about what you need. One of the most requested topics was TAND. This is something that we have seen a lot lately, especially at the previous World Conference in Dallas. Managing difficult behaviors is a very requested topic, especially with the age group under 10 years old. Lee Hornmebel, who is our social worker at the Herscott Center, has many great recommendations about techniques to manage behaviors, such as CBT, DBT, trainings that can be done to help parents with children that may be a harm to themselves or others during their behavioral outbursts. Some of our parents had great tips of what they use for their kids, such as using ice to shock the system, taking a warm bath or shower, doing some tapping on pressure points, punching a pillow, doing a lap, running around the house. The main takeaway is that each child and family has their own challenges with difficult behavior, whether the child is a toddler with tantrums or an older teen with some behavioral dysregulation. Many of these techniques and tricks can be tools that you can add to your TAND toolkit and will be unique to each individual. We encouraged moms to bring a book, a quote, or a song that has helped them in their parenting journey, and this was one of my favorite groups so far. We listen to a song, this song, that many of us are familiar with because it comes from a Disney movie and it hits very close to home for many mothers. If you don't know who this is, her name is Luisa from Encanto. And she is the strong sister character who carries the weight of her family on her shoulders. Luisa is, in fact, all mothers, especially those who are loving children with TSC. One of our moms explained that the pressure that will drip, 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 and it never stops, is like her son's Sega that keeps growing, and she wonders when the pressure will just go pop. It can be very validating to find music or books or quotes that speak to you. I personally have always felt this way with music and lyrics. Some songs you may not even realize why, but they can evoke an emotion or bring you back to a memory. Sometimes we can channel these emotions just by listening to our favorite music. And I have to admit, I love listening to many of the Disney songs. This was a quote that one mom brought to our group that I wanted to share. Though this quote can be used in many different situations, this mom felt that it applied to her experience with TSC and her child's complex medical needs. I think many of you may be able to relate no matter how old your child is. They say you will suffer, but they don't say, but you will also experience the deepest of joys. You will experience the births and deaths of the greatest loves, and the sun warming the blood under your skin after the coldest of winter. And the rain against your window will sing you to a peaceful sleep, and you will awaken some mornings in the arms of someone who will love you most of all. There will be moments when your soul will gleam so beautifully, even the universe will bask in your happiness. Yes, you will suffer, but you will be happy beyond your wildest dreams, and that will make every second of the suffering worth it. They should say that because it is the balance that makes us beautifully and softly human. One of the groups that we invited Amanda Tourget, who is our nurse practitioner with our group at 175 Cambridge Street. She takes care of patients with epilepsy and also has a special interest and training in sleep. Amanda recognizes that sleep for our children with epilepsy and genetic disorders may come with struggles that some parents will not understand. Our moms came prepared with their questions about their children and their sleep challenges, including nightmares, being afraid of the dark, transitioning from co-sleeping, and she offered tools to help with improving sleep hygiene. One specific scenario that we dealt with was how to transition your child out of your room or bed. This seemed to be a common theme, especially with parents of children with epilepsy. We discussed how routines can be helpful for many of our patients who may have difficulty with transition or who may be rigid with routines. It can be possible to instill healthy sleep habits for your children while also maintaining a calm sleep environment. Self-care has always been important for anyone with responsibilities. It is necessary to take care of yourself and your needs in order to prevent caregiver burnout. It seems that since COVID, the term self-care has blossomed, and taking care of your mental health as a parent or a caregiver is being accepted. Practicing self-care will be different for each parent or caregiver. Self-care is not selfish. In fact, it can actually give you the ability to be calmer and more present for your child. Self-care will better allow us to cope with family stress, work stress, marriage or relationship stress, and medical stress. Some practices that moms can do for self-care include exercise, meditation, journaling, mom's group, therapy, meeting with a friend, listening to music, or reading a book. Another of our groups, we invited Carmen Alvarez, who works at the Mass General, and she discussed with us mindfulness. She is a woman that I met while receiving Reiki during Nurses Week. She's a certified Reiki master, as well as an MGH employee in radiology administration. In her private practice, she does Reiki virtually and in person. Carmen offered to speak with our moms about mindfulness techniques, ways to help your children with breathing exercises, such as sniffing a flower and blowing out the birthday candles. She explained that teaching children and adults breathing techniques can help them learn how to recognize and regulate their emotions. Carmen also discussed Reiki, which she described as an energy healing treatment, which works holistically on the body, mind, and spirit. Some of the benefits of Reiki are stress relief, a reduction of anxiety, promoting deep relaxation and healing, and accelerates the body's self-healing abilities. Many oncology patients utilize Reiki in combination with their traditional treatments. Kids can also benefit from Reiki as well. Carmen explained that Reiki can heal fear and anxiety and promote feeling safe. It may also help children heal their bodies more quickly. Meditation is a practice that Carmen talked about, which is a learned skill. There are many benefits of meditation, as we will see on the next slide, but it can be difficult to turn your brain off. It takes practice and focus. Following most of our moms groups, I have played a guided 5-minute meditation that encourages feelings of calm or happiness, where we turn off our cameras and we are just present. This is a self-care routine bingo that Carmen recommended. And on the right are many benefits of meditation, such as improving brain function, helping to decrease stress and anxiety, feeling more connected in life, and increasing your body's immunity. Here is one more image that I thought was particularly eye-opening and comes from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy is a popular framework that is used in higher education and management trainings. And I thought this was special because it definitely resonates with most of our moms and default caregivers. So on the bottom, and the most important, is the child's well-being, sleep schedule, feeding and planning meals, bathing struggles, achieving developmental milestones, scheduling and taking kids to the doctor's visits. The next is the children's activities, which are the sports, driving kids to sports, registering for sports, and arranging playdates. Next, we have the household, meals, finances, cleaning and organization, getting rid of the kids' old clothes and replacing them with new ones, cooking dinner for the family. Next is the professional role, career, everyday tasks, and volunteering. Next up, we have healthy relationships between your spouse or partner, as well as the relationships with your family and friends. Many of our moms have expressed isolation and feeling that they no longer can rely on their old friends because they do not understand the challenges of having a child with TSC. Next up, near the top, is self-care, including sleep, taking care of your health, and stress management. And at the very top, which is something that we all hope to achieve, are our interests, fun, hobbies, and learning new skills. This hierarchy was borrowed from Leslie Ford, but there are many iterations of this hierarchy that can be found on the internet as well. And that's it. So please join us. We meet virtually the second Friday of the month at 10 a.m. and we would love to see your face. Thank you so much.